Can you stop your father from selling land he bought? Where do I get land and there is no job? I have no job. I am jobless. This is our own earth. Welcome to Kotelecopter Weekend Explainer. We are revisiting a very contentious question that deals with family. This is the question about, can a child force the father, force the mother to be given his part of the property before the father or mother dies? This was, in biblical terms, the prodigal son. You remember the story of the prodigal son. A son walked to the father and said, Mimi mzee nipe vitu zangu nitoke. I want to live. Give me my property. Give me my inheritance. And if you don't, I will deal with you cacophoniously. The father gave him his share of the property. He went and ate with the prostitutes, finished, but he came back. His father took him back. That is the biblical story. Let us bring it to the law now. Very many men, very many fathers have not given their children properties. The father is 90 years old. He owns tracts of land. He owns a lot of property. He just cannot give anything to his sons or his daughters. The sons walk to their father. Show us where to build. The father says, I have educated you. You have a job. You work in a blue chip company. Go and buy your land. This is my sweat. Mothers who have a lot of property, single mothers, normally they have one kid or two kids. They got divorced or they were not married by choice. They are staying with their boys, their children. They cannot give the properties to their children, but they have allowed their children to use those properties. Equally, the question about, can a child stop a parent from selling the property in the name of the parent? There are two properties. There is a property that your father inherited from your grandfather. Can you refuse your father from selling that land? You sell him, no. This one you never bought. This one you inherited. You cannot sell this land. Two, can you stop your father from selling land he bought? Your father worked for Kenya Railways. Your father was an advocate. Your father was a journalist. Your father worked in the mortuary as a mortuary attendant. Your father was a matatu tout. He worked so hard. He bought a property. Do you have a right by law to stop your father from selling what he acquired from his parents or he acquired from his own sweat? I know this is our own earth. This is our own earth. My brother, my crew, Bramwell tells me the young people own nothing because their parents have never given them anything. Cyrus went to Kambani and he was told, go and tell Wakili to discuss this matter. The sand where it is a river, we get sand, sell, belongs to our great-great-grandparents. Our fathers can't give us that sand so that we extract and also have a job. Vivian went home and came back and said, the girls of our age mates are poor because their parents have refused to give them property. Tell Wakili to discuss this thing. All of them, Bramwell, Cyrus, and Vivian are telling me the people are asking them this question. Did we make an application to be born by our parents? Did he see me make an application as a son or as a daughter for him to give birth to me? No. So he should give me. It is him. Me, I never told him to be my father. If I had a choice, I would not have accepted him to be my father or be my mother. So because it is him who made the decision to give birth, he must give me my right. I didn't give myself his name. Dunstan Omari. My father is Mogak. I did not tell him to give me my name. So this is the serious issue that we have. What is the end game? Many young men cannot marry because they have no place to build their Simba. They have no place to take their wives. The young Gen Z wives are asking, what is in your name? Here where you are telling us to build, the title deed belongs to your father. Here where you are telling us to put our money to build a home, the title deed belongs to your mother. This is the reason why there's a lot of fights in marriages of young people. The young people want their title deeds to take to the bank to get loans. They can't. The young people want title deeds to show their wives that this is mine. They don't have. The young people want title deeds to put at the bank to get a mortgage. They can't. The young people are asking this question. My parents have a serious medical cover. They are likely to live 200 years. They are not dying. They are not going anywhere. I'm now 50 years, white hair. You can see the white hair like the one Mr. Omari has during COVID. It is here. You can see. White hair, showing age. There, I have no title from my father. My father is 80 years. I'm 60 years. I might die earlier than my father. My father is telling me, go and buy your land. Where do I get land and there is no job? I have no job. I am jobless. This is a question that went to the Court of Appeal in Nyeri. It was a case where Nahashon Nkarenge and Justice Thiru Zakayo versus Lawrence Nkarenge. This is civil appeal number 222 of 2010. This is a decision that was decided by on 18th day of June 2014 by Al-Nashir Visram, Mother Kome, and Justice Odek. This is a dangerous matter. The Chief Justice's philosophy is in this matter. What does the court say? This boy, these are the facts of the matter. The dispute in this case is a claim for land by a son against his father. The father died after this appeal was filed, and his appeal was abandoned. The appeal is now between the second appellant and the respondent. The original suit property, at all material times, the property was registered in the name of the father. During the father's lifetime, he sold the property to somebody else, and it was registered in the person who sold. His son went to court for a declaration that the land where the son had bought this land was supposed to be registered in his name, and that the father had no right to sell the property. What did the learned judges say? The learned judges said, in the lower court, the judge agreed with the son and said, your father cannot sell land without your consent. And two, he must give you land. That was the judgment in the High Court. Agreed with this decision, they went to the Court of Appeal. And this is what the Court of Appeal said in paragraph 14. The inchoate rights of the respondent to the land owned by the first respondent had not accrued at the time of filing suit before the High Court and at the time when this appeal was launched. Inchoate rights, I want to explain. There are rights a child can demand by force. These are rights called inchoate rights from a father. These are rights, one, to be provided for food. It is mandatory. A father must provide food for his child. Two, education and education-related expenses. This is an inchoate right. A father must provide for education for his child. Medicine, medical facilities, a father must do this. Clothing, a father must provide that for their child. Accommodation, where the child stays, those are inchoate rights, and they can only be enforced in a children's court. If a child is below 18 years, or if a child is below 25 years and is in university, he can force the father to give these rights. These are what we call inchoate rights. Rights accruing to a child by virtue of being born by the parents. So the Court of Appeal said those rights are not available for adult children. If this man has any claim of the land against his father, he must wait until his father dies. It is our considered view that the learned judge made a mistake in making a declaration in favor of this child against his father. He goes on to say, the appellant, as the registered owner of the suit property, is still alive. His property is not yet available for subdivision and distribution among his wives and children, except if he personally, on his own free will, decides to subdivide and distribute among them. He may not be urged, directed, or ordered to do it against his own will. What are the Court of Appeal saying? You cannot force your father to give you your property. As a wife, listen, you cannot force your husband to give you your property when he's alive. As a daughter, you cannot force your father or mother to give you your property if he's alive. 4, none of you can stop your father from selling the land, from disposing the land, from gifting Bramwell that land. Whether the land he inherited from his father, whether the land he got it by buying that land. And therefore, anybody who has bought land. And this comes to the next issue. After somebody has bought land, and this, we have seen it every other time. You buy land from somebody. He takes you to the land control board, you get land, you get a title deed. He dies after 5 years. Then his children go to court saying they were never consulted. The courts have said very clearly, if you bought land and there was a spousal consent by the wife, and the mzee sold you that land, he followed due process. The sons who are coming now saying, we were in school, we were never consulted. That title cannot be revoked. That title you have is protected. So many people are facing a lot of cases in court that they are, when the person who sold them never consulted the children. The court now has found out that you have a valid title deed and nobody can remove it. So those people from the diaspora and those people who have bought land, make sure that when you buy the land, if it is from Mzee, his wife gives the spousal consent. The consent of the children is immaterial. What is important is the wife's consent. 2, you sons, you cannot stop your father from selling the land if he wants to sell, and you cannot force him to give you the land. Wakili Danstan Omari bringing to you the blockbusters over the weekend as they come from Kotelecopter Santeni.